Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I've got for you. There's a lot of bad ones. Let's jump into it. What do we got right here?
So my tattoo artist just messaged me and told me that someone basically asked to have my tattoo design. Me and my artist did this tattoo a couple weeks ago, and I posted like a time lapse of getting it done, and it got pretty popular. Now the mistake that I made, because I've never had a tattoo of mine blow up like this before, and so I didn't expect to get a bunch of people being like, I want to copy your tattoo, but that is what happened. The mistake that I made was that I left in shots of the stencil itself. And I don't really think if I was going to post a time.
Okay, so a tattoo knee banger with like a skeleton thing biting it. Bro, that tattoo was born to be ripped off, you know? We're starting off with a light one today. It's nothing crazy. We're not going in with wild tattoos. I promise you I got some really crappy ones going for you later. But yeah, when I saw this video, I was like, dude, why are we wasting our time? Of course, someone's gonna steal a tattoo from the internet. It's how the internet works. People steal tattoos all the time. I'm kind of over this like conversation about like, oh, someone stole my design. And it's like, yeah, if you don't want your design stolen, never put it on the internet. I'm sorry, okay? People gonna be stealing tats out here. And it's really not a unique tattoo at all. A lot of people have put the mouths of animals above their knees or around the knees for a long time. So I'm like, yeah, of course that, dumb image got jacked. And it's really interesting because she has some unique tattoos, like that peony on her chest, really unique, really interesting. The knee banger, whatever. Well, let's keep watching a little bit more.
Near her so that she can reference it as she's tattooing. But this person reached out, and I'm happy they reached out. She's happy they reached out, as opposed to just doing it. And she basically was like, no, I can't give you a custom design that I gave to another person. And if you're not heavily experienced getting tattoos,
it's a joke. I was like, if someone reached out to me and they were like, hey, can I get the same exact tattoo you did on somebody? I'm gonna be like, yeah, but we're just not posting it. Fuck it, dude, fuck it. I don't know, there's just nothing amazing about that design that's like, oh my gosh, someone stole that very unique thing. It's like, nah, nothing unique about it. On to the next. It says, she got her GF's kitty tatted on her.
So, this is how it's gonna be? You have powers, so you think you can just
this is the first session of 3.
ultimatums to your parents?
She finna come back.
You know what my first thought is? Lesbians get kitty whipped, dude. She put that right on her throat, dude. That kitty better be the best kitty you ever had, because it's gonna be your last, dude. I don't not know what the fuck you're doing putting that shit on your goddamn neck. And it's kind of funny because I think it's an icicle. So is her kitty like cool as ice? Or is it, I'm not really sure. Is her kitty a popsicle? What's going on with her kitty, dude? Why is her kitty so cold? Is she just that cool? I don't know. It's a weird fucking idea, obviously. She put a woman's kitty on the front of her throat, but then she put this like ice thing around it. I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be. I certainly don't know what they tried to make it look like. All I see is kitty, and I mean, hey, this lesbian got it. I'm happy for her. I hope that kitty fucking is the last kitty you ever fucking get after. Dumb tattoo, dumb as shit. There's nothing about it that's fucking interesting or cool to look at. It looks like a kitty was in the middle of a fucking lettuce or something. I don't know, fucking dumb, dude. And then there's some negative space, some patterny stuff. It just bad all around. Decisions after decisions, not good. Ugh. Fucking wild. Fucking wild, okay? Now, I just don't think a lot of dudes begin getting kitties on their throats, And a lot of girls ain't putting peckers on their fucking necks either, so it's an interesting choice. It's a dumb choice. The tattoo looks bad. Obviously, on to the next. Okay, before we get into this is this fucking same jabronis from Blackout. I had a conversation with the owner, who actually you're hearing talk right now. I thought he was a jabron. Nice enough, I guess. I had this conversation about a year ago when all their stuff was first going viral. I don't want to say we were the first ones to cover it, but we were definitely the top 2.
Paired with an online marketplace for high-end tattoo art. Licensed designs are uploaded into our platform, and the Blackout device tattoos at a level of precision that hasn't existed until now. We use fantastically small black dots, roughly the size of a human hair, as the pixel to create our tattoos. With Blackout, we've created something that's scalable, So Sharks, it's time to roll up your sleeves. What I've done here is this is fake skin, synthetic skin, and these are tattoos by the Black Dot device.
Okay.
I just figured this
so
was...
So it's down to a very fine level. Like when you look at this here, it's extremely fine.
Do tattoo artists hate you?
Some do.
Well, yeah, because you take their jobs,
Well, that's not
essentially.
necessarily the case. Here's how it works. First of all, when we license designs, we license them from tattoo artists as well as visual artists.
It's
And every time,
scalable for the tattoo artist.
Every time a licensed tattoo is executed, that artist gets paid. So actually for tattoo artists, for the first time ever, we're enabling them to scale in an industry with a low ceiling. Right now, they just trade time for money.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Black Dot may be using robotic precision and licensed designs to automate tattoos, offering royalties. Interesting. But machines can't replicate the tactile intimacy of a human touch. Great tattoo artists, and I know a lot of them, are not just technicians. They're storytellers, reading skin tension, adapting in real time, creating biomechanical harmony.
Okay, so I know where this Justin BUA is gonna go. I think he's great. I think he's a brilliant guy, and he talks a lot of shit just like I do. I think that robotic tattooing is a fucking joke. Anyone who knows me is gonna know that I think it's a joke. I think that they are trying to set themselves apart in tattooing by being like, no, we're trying to advance tattooers. But they don't fucking know nothing about tattooing or tattooers. Do tattooers hate people like him? Abso-fucking-lutely, okay? There's no part about it that is in any way gonna advance tattooers. It's only gonna advance these money-grubbing fucking corporations, okay?
Ink may be permanent, but the experience is sacred. And that's something no machine can ever replicate. And I'd be very curious about the royalty structure, because I would guarantee in time they would probably just cut out the tattoo artists and just get royalty-free. I've been in the art game forever. That's what usually happens. What do you guys think about this?
And that was exactly the same thought I had. Like, a corporation like this that has to have money coming in, they're gonna do everything in their power to eliminate costs wherever they can, which means the tattoo artists are eventually gonna get fucked in the ass, okay? Okay, the whole system is a garbage fart bag of shit, and they're going on Shark Tank. I wonder how it went. Let me find out real fast. Wow. They made $500,000 for 20% of the equity in this business. That's Mark Cuban and Robert Hervac. Wow. Because you know who's gonna buy this tattoo thing? The government. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. I just don't see a real value for tattoo machines in public, but I think that they could sell something like this to bigger parties like the military. I mean, people need to tattoo people sometimes, and if fucking you ever need to brand people, government ever needs to do it on a big scale, they'll have the perfect machine to do it. Or they can just hire me, dude. I'll zap some fucking people. But yeah, I just don't think that there's a real use for it in the real world. And I think it's a dumb fucking decision. And any chance we can, we're gonna talk shit about them. But yeah, who knows? Fucking jabroni. On to the next.
Didn't know I draw all of my tattoos. I'm currently numbing my skin because I'm gonna draw another one and go get it. Taking some inspiration from my most recent painting and the significance that eggs play, so let's design it. Okay, so I like the idea of the illuminated bucket, but the light's coming from inside. I just have to have a fried egg, something like that. I love playing with scale, so we're gonna put some small people.
Okay, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. I can tell this guy's a great artist. She's totally fine. Okay, and the tattoo ended up looking pretty mediocre. Nothing special about it, nothing bad about it. Like someone brings me this piece of art, I'm probably gonna do the same thing. Like I'm not gonna do much better than that. This to me just like really goes to show you like great artists aren't great tattooers and they don't really know how to make good designs. I could tell by the art in the back, he's a great artist, obviously. I could tell by the design he brought, he's a great artist, I get it. Does not translate into a tattoo. And if we pause right here on that moon tattoo thing on the front of his chest, that is a bad, dumb looking fucking tattoo. And any tattooer should have been like, this is gonna look silly, son. Like a big, goofy, round thing. It's a bad tattoo, okay? Does not matter how good of an artist you are, if you do not practice in tattooing or practice in tattoo design, you do not know how to make a good tattoo or good tattoo composition or anything like that. That was what really stuck out to me during this video. Like, it's clear to me that he's a great artist. He just don't know shit about shit when it comes to tattoos. And that kind of goes to show you, like, a lot of artsy-fartsy kids get into tattooing and they don't know how to translate their art to it, because why would they? They don't know. But yeah, it was a bad design. Like, looking at it right here, I'm like, ooh, weird. I don't know how that fucking worked. But hey, he has to wear it. And apparently he likes, you know, I always trip, like, I'm a tattooer. I don't want to fucking wear my tattoos, dude. I don't want nothing to do with my tattoos. I want someone else to do their art on me, always. You know? Like, why do I want to look at my fucking own shit, dude? I know what I do. Why do I want to look at it? On to the next.
Controversial things that tattoo artists don't want you to know. You might not like what I'm saying, but trust me, your tattoo artist is definitely thinking this. Number one.
Okay, so first off, whenever a tattooer says they have a controversial opinion, I always fucking, I kind of like, you don't have a controversial opinion. I mean, there's like a 90% chance you don't have a controversial opinion. Tattooers can be some of the most controversial people in person, but whenever you put a goddamn camera in the front of their face, they like clam up like a little baby, dude. They don't know shit. And like they always, when they're in their space, it's like my dog. My dog, she's an angel. But you put her in her home, she's loud as fuck and she could be an asshole. Outside, she's a big old pussy, okay? But inside our space of a tattoo shop, tatters can say some fucking crazy shit. The moment you put them out in the real world, they all clam up, dude. So let's hear some controversial takes from this fucking guy.
Things that tattoo artists don't want you to know. You might not like what I'm saying, but trust me, your tattoo artist is definitely thinking this. Number one, they don't really want to hear the story behind your tattoo unless it has something to do with their design. Number two,
I for sure do not care about your story behind a tattoo. That doesn't mean you can't tell me, you know? Like, I'm here to give you a good service. And if that's to you, that you have to tell me some shit about some shit, I'm here to listen. I'll even smile, I'll even respond, I'll have a dialogue with you. But if you're asking if I care about it, I do not care. I could care less, honestly. There's almost no story that I want to hear. And usually the stories that impact us the most are the ones that are the most tragic, and I think most of us can live without hearing the story behind it. You know, like it just ends up being heavy for us. And then we go home and we're like, fuck, today was long, you know? And it's like, it's just part of the job, it's part of the job, whatever. You know, we all deal with it. But yeah, I truly, I mean, if you ask me if I had to hear the story behind every tattoo for the rest of my life or not for any, I'd tell you not. Like, I don't need to hear no story. But on to the next.
Number two, they struggle with pricing their work. And sometimes they'll price a tattoo that'll really make them feel like shit because they feel undervalued. But at the same time, they don't want to overcharge you and scare all the clients away.
That's dumb. He's trying to sell you some shit. That one was dumb. Fucking, yeah, tatters have a hard time pricing stuff. Who cares?
They hate walk-in, like a lot. And the reason is simple. Walk-in tattoos are very challenging.
Okay, so that's stupid. A lot of tattooers don't like walk-ins, but I know a lot of tattooers who love walk-ins. I love tattooing walk-in shit. I don't want to think about your tattoo. You bring it to me, we do it, it's fine. You want a fucking half sleeve, I'll do it in 15 minutes, whatever, I'll draw it, I don't care. I like walk-ins, but yeah, walk-ins can be very difficult.
Simple. Walk-in tattoos are very challenging. Tattoo artists have to come up with a really cool design right there on the spot. Then they have to execute it, like immediately, without even having time to like...
Yeah, I mean, are walk-ins hard? Yes, but they're really not that big of a deal. Most people ain't bringing us crazy walk-in shit. Usually it's like super simple. You tattoo it, they're in, they're out. For the most part, it's an extremely easy job. But sometimes you do have to like pull out some magic tricks and shit, but it's not that hard, okay? And tatters hate walk-ins mostly because they're lazy farts, okay? I'm lazy shit myself, you know? I wanna fucking chill. I don't wanna walk in because I don't wanna fucking have to do the work. But it's part of the job and it ain't that bad. That's a blacked out finger. Okay, I will say that on her other hand, you can clearly see where she had blackouts there. Don't look good. don't look good even a little bit. They look pretty crusty and pretty dumb looking. Makes you think like, wow, she did it once. Why is she doing it twice? You know, because that looks bad. That looks real bad. I hope to God that these blacked out fingers heal up better than her other ones, but I don't think they will. I think you're looking at probably much of the same on both sides. Dumb decision to black out fingertips when you know that the results are gonna be, you know, it's like, why? Because right now as she peels off that wrap and she looks at it and they look all fresh and beautiful, you're like, I could see that. I could see why you'd black out your fingers. It's interesting. You're like, I get it. But then you look at her other hand and you're like, dumb, bad. Be better off not doing that. There's so much pain, so much pain. Okay, blacked out fingers. One looks good, one looks bad, obviously. That's how it goes. On to the next.
Well, I had Grumpy as Charles Woodson like years ago, and then I got Dopey, which is Tom Brady. This is Kirk Gibson. You wouldn't know who that is. He played baseball back in the day.
Okay, so this says, these sports-themed cats are as iconic as Martin Kleba. I'm gonna guess Martin Kleba is the guy showing off the tats? I don't actually know who that is. Should I know who he is? Is he in Game of Thrones? I don't know. You know what's funny? I remember watching this. I didn't remember why I picked this until 2 minutes ago, until he told you that he has a Kirk Gibson tattoo, and that's actually where my parents got my name. And that made me happy because Kirk Gibson's the fucking best. If you don't know who Kirk Gibson is, you should, dude. He's an icon in baseball, dude. Go Dodgers. Next. Dude, this tattoo's so fucking dumb looking. I was so happy about it. Obviously, they're fucking with you. That looks like shit. I'm very happy to show it off. Stupid. I love it. Dumb skit. Maybe they're gonna black out over it. I don't know how they're gonna get rid of this dumb tattoo, but it looks dumb as shit. On to the next. Okay, it says, I got this tattoo and I'm never going to get hired anywhere. Okay, pause it real fast. You gotta see that little dumb tattoo. Yeah, a little finger banger, dude. I don't know what happened. Why people always putting these dots on their fingers? I like it, I guess, especially if they have like a full hand sleeve. I'm in. Like if they got their knuckles, their bottom knuckles, their, you know, all the little pieces here and there. If they filled it all out, I'm always stoked with like some dots right down there. But yeah, she's got that tiny little thing. It's goofy. I don't know what it's for. It looks like she accidentally tattooed herself. Like my fingers look, you know, they're hammered in marks like that where I accidentally tattooed myself. But yeah, it is funny, that narrative of like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get a job because you got your fingers tattooed. And now because like the trend is to get like the tiniest, dinkiest little finger tattoos, sometimes you don't even fucking see them. You're like, oh yeah, you do have a finger tattoo after you're talking to someone for an hour. Dinky little finger tats. Yeah, dumb looking. On to the next. Fuck me, dude. We got Cover Up Nightmares. That one's not bad. The Day of the Dead Skull, it's like not great. I don't love it, but that koi fish was trash, dog. That one's rough too. Fuck me, dude. Fuck. Cover-Ups from Hell. Is that Ariel? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. $160 cover-ups. I mean, just fucking rough. Every single one of them. Ariel, my girl. Is it Ariel Day Jesus? Stop tatting, dude. Stop. For the love of God. Save it. Leave it to someone else. On to the next. Patchwork sleeve tattoos in 1.5 hour session. Yeah, that would take me about 15 minutes to tattoo. I fucking hate that patchwork sleeve. There's so much gap filler in there like that you need. Just dumb. Dumb. A lot of you motherfuckers sent this one to me. I think you guys knew I would be like, ugh. You know, like I don't mind patchwork ever, but this is just like lazy and sloppy, and like the spacing on it is just, fuck, why does anyone want this shit? Why do you want stick figure tats when there's so many cool tattoos out there? But you know what? People ain't ever gonna learn. That's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the vag neck, the fucking robot tat, all the awful shit today. See you in a few days.